Ladies and gentlemen, he hails from Washington, D.C. He's the founder of All That Made Me Funny store with Dave Chappelle, George Lopez. Put your hands together for Preacher Moss, everybody. All right, appreciate you. Thanks so much. You know, I've been working on songs for my act. You know, I want to do a musical. I wrote a song, and I believe you guys know the chorus if you don't know the words. So I'm going to try it, see how it goes. Ready? Listen carefully. If you're Muslim and you're happy, clap your hands. If you're Muslim and you're happy, clap your hands. If you're Muslim and you're happy, you're not acting sappy, put your hands together, Muslims, clap your hands. If you did eating kitten, oh, I'm sorry. Didn't eat a kitten, I'm sorry. Just clear, Haitians and black people, we do not eat kittens. And the reason is they're very high in salt and cholesterol. Y'all might as well laugh. We're going to get this out tonight. I appreciate you. And I know this is a political thing, so I'm just going to let y'all know. I don't know who's going to win. I'm telling everybody to vote. I don't know who's going to win. I'm going to tell you this. If Donald Trump wins, I will be moving to Pakistan. You'll see me in the commercial for Ignorant Relief by the well. Sir, you work for the government? Go ahead. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. He didn't even look at me. He looked at me like it was a commercial break. He was like, Stared at me like it was television. That Negro was so clear. Must be HD, alhamdulillah. Yeah, man, you know, a lot of people are bashing Trump. I'm just going to say this. You know, this is good and this bad. I will tell you that there is some good to Donald Trump. For myself, on a personal note, I would say that since he was president up to now, he's made me a better Muslim. Why are you laughing? I'm telling the truth, he's made me a better Muslim. Let me tell you how. Essentially, when I would get upset, frustrated at times, I'm keeping it 100 with you, I would get upset, I'm not afraid to say it, I'm a grown man. To express myself, I would use profanity. But after he became president, I no longer use profanity, alhamdulillah. In fact, I replaced all my curse words with the word Trump. No, for real, I lost my keys. I was like, oh, Trump. I hit my foot on the bedpost, bam, I was like, ooh, Trump. I lost $100. I was like, Eric, because that's the son of a Trump. And it's weird, it's like all of these things, you know, people eating cats and stuff, it's like rumors, like weird rumors. Like there's a rumor out about me. You know, sir, we can hear you, sir. Just because you gave $20,000 doesn't mean you can talk to my house. If I catch you again, you get another 20. Shake, keep an eye on him. Now there's a rumor on the internet, I figured I would tell you guys about it. Before you heard or saw it was about me, someone actually said with Donald Trump's legal problems that Preacher Moss, yours truly, wanted Donald Trump to go to jail. That's what they said. I wanted that man to go to jail. That's a lie. Tell the baby that's a lie. I did not want Donald Trump to go to jail. I'm a black man. I didn't want him to go to jail. I want him to go to prison. I just want to go for a little while, get the experience. You know what I'm saying, Senator? I just want to stay a long while, you know, maybe get a tattoo, get his hair braided, some ramen noodles. Oh, hell, I wanted him to be in there long enough. When he came out, he was a black Muslim. Donald, you've been wrongly incarcerated for 20 years. What do you have to say? White man's the devil. All right. Thank you, Donald. We appreciate it. Donald's been institutionalized. Keep him there another couple minutes. Yo, man, but it's cool. I'm nice. It's nice to see everybody out. I just want to send some greetings and salutations, some salams. My daughter wanted to be here, but I gave her and my wife the wrong direction, so they won't make it. My daughter wants to be here because she loves Muslims. She loves the Muslim sisters, and she's growing into her own. She's 17 years old, so yeah, shake 17. Like I gotta grow into, you know, having to have like real conversations with her that I'm not ready for. And I overreact too. Like When she was like 7, I overreacted. She came home from school with a long face. I'm like, little girl, what's wrong? She's like, Daddy, I don't know how to tell you. I'm like, tell me what? She's like, I don't know how to tell you. I'm like, you better tell me something. She said, I was at school today, and this boy told me I had pretty eyes. I didn't know what to say. I said, I know what to say. And you go back tomorrow, you tell a little boy your daddy just got out of prison. One count of choking out little boys giving compliments. Then my little girl is like so sensitive. You know, she's like a lot of our daughters. They want to please our parents. I get off the road, and she's literally in tears, like, Dad, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? Is it bullying? And you know, your mind goes to places. What's going on? She goes, I don't know how to tell you this because you've always taken care of me and loved me. I'm like, that doesn't change. What's going on? She goes, I don't know how to say this without hurting your feelings. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, I never want to disappoint you. I'm like, you better tell me something. I'm getting irritated. She said, Daddy, I don't know how to say it. You better say it. She goes, I just want to say, when I grow up, I don't want to be a comedian. I was like, alhamdulillah. You stink. You were going to starve. Then recently I had to give her the race talk, which I don't like. I had to give her the race talk. We're in Texas. I'm driving. I get pulled over by a cop. And this is her first time. I've been pulled over plenty of times, but this is her first. So as a father, you have to give her the talk. And I'm like, hey, listen, Dad is getting pulled over. Here are the rules. Make sure you have your seatbelt on. Look straight ahead. No sudden moves. It's going to be grown men talking. Don't you say a thing. Do you understand me? She's like, yeah, Daddy, yeah. So I'm like, all right. I know the routine. I'm looking for it. Cop taps on the window. I roll it down. It's like license and registration. I'm like, here you go. He goes, you know why I pulled you over? I said, because I'm a good-looking black man in Texas. He goes, no, sir. And I never heard this before. He goes, no, sir. The reason I pulled you over is because you were texting and driving. I was like, what? He goes, you were texting and driving. I was like, dude, I do a lot of things when I'm driving. I was not texting and driving. It's like, yes, you were. Big argument breaks up. Yes, you were. No, I wasn't. Yes, you were. No, I wasn't. My daughter, despite my direction, jumps in the middle of it. She's like, Mr. Officer, you are wrong. I was like, go ahead, girl. She goes, no, my daddy was not texting and driving. I was like, tell this man. She goes, he was reading his emails. I was like, Jesus. Girl, you just like your mama. What? It's so fun, you know, when you have the kids and you start looking at it. And I'm at the age now where people bring new converts to me. Isn't that scary, Shay? Look at Siraj's like, astaghfirullah. And about this one brother, he's like, I'm a new Muslim. Can you tell us how it's going to be? I was like, hell no. You're going to have to learn like I did. And that's the fun part, man, you know, because a lot of people know, you know, the convert stories are sometimes inaccurate. You know, when I took my Shahada, it was an accident. I took it way before I was supposed to. I was in the fake Muslim stage where you fake Muslim. You know what I'm talking about, fake Muslim. It's the language. You get away with the language. Like if you're Spanish, if your Spanish is bad, they know that you're not Spanish. But fake Muslim works. You only had to know a couple of terms, right? The first one was Assalamu alaikum, and I used to say them together. They used to run up on Muslims, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. Like, that's my part. Shut up, I'm new. The other term was kefaholic. I worked that one to death. My mom was like, baby, I need to talk to you. I said, kefaholic, mama. She goes, I care for alcoholics too, baby. The word that got me in trouble was deen, spelled D-E-E-N. Now, you guys know what deen means. It means faith. To my mom, born Christian, hardcore Christian, she thought Dean was a real person. Now, hold on to that thought, because I'm going to give you a little history. When I grew up around the Nation of Islam. I love those brothers. They showed a lot of love to me. My whole life still do. But they had a way of talking to people. They had a way of talking to America that scared America, but nobody went to jail. And I figured out the formula, Sheikh. This is what it is. Whatever you say it twice with conviction. And I realized this might be a Muslim tradition because I was at a masjid recently and nobody knew how to cut off the echo. Salaikum, 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 salaikum. So this brother walks up to me with that strong speech. I'm getting ready to shoot a basketball. Black man in bow tie walks up to me, changed my life. He's like, oh, black man, black man. I was like, what? He goes, my brother, my brother. Yes, yes. Young soldier, young soldier. I was like, that is amazing. It's amazing. Black man, don't laugh at me. All you brothers want to get married, that works. That's how I got my wife. I didn't need a Wale. Or right up to that woman, I was like, oh, my sister, my sister. My queen, my queen. Yes, yes. We're going to get married, get married. Gonna have babies, get married. Where's your daddy? Where's your daddy? A couple weeks later, I'm in the masjid. I'm trying to learn a little bit of Arabic. And that same brother walks in. I'm trying to read. He's like, what are you reading, black man? I'm like, Al-Fatih. Al-Fatih? I was like, yeah, I think that's it. He goes, you want to read something to me? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, recite. I was like, huh? He's like, recite. And I started, and this is what he got me. I started reciting. It was horrible. He goes, black man, stop. I said, what? Is it bad? He goes, no, brother. He goes, that's the most beautiful thing I heard all day, all day. I said, really? He said, mm-hmm. He said, have you tried Shahada? I was like, what's Shahada? He goes, repeat after me. And I don't know who came up with the Shahada format, because I'm an entertainment dude, but I'm going to say this, it's brilliant. It is the ultimate setup. You cannot un-Shahada. When you Shahada, you cannot un-Shahada, because everybody saw it. You know what I mean? Do it. You cannot un-Shahada. And this is how you know it's bad. There you are in front of 500 people you don't know. Get ready to become a Muslim. 500 people you don't know. You don't know what's about to happen, but everybody else does. And they say nothing. The imam is like, we're going to recite this in Arabic. And my Arabic was horrible. And I stumbled through it. He goes, now we're going to do it in English. I'm like, why aren't we doing it in English in the first place? I'm like, you make this very difficult. I finally get through it. I'm getting ready to exhale. But no, Muslims being Muslims, I can't even exhale. I'm a minute and a half to being a Muslim. Some brother just jumped up from the back, erupts, and his would go, he's like, Takbir! And like 500 of us were like, Allahu Akbar, Takbir! Allahu Akbar, Takbir! Allahu Akbar. I'm like, that's a lot to take in. And I'm sitting here, Takbir. I was like, we can't have beer. That's how confusing it is. And I thought it was beautiful, and I'm saying to myself, in my new Muslim orientation, I'm saying, that is dope. That is amazing. I started thinking to myself, you know what? One day, if I stay in this religion long enough, I'm going to get to be the takbir guy. I waited 2 years to give a takbir. I found out that there's no hadith on takbiring. No. And one day, it's just like, I was worked up. I was like, I need to give my takbir. I'm at Juma. I'm like, I don't care what the imam says today, I'm getting my takbir in. I don't care if he burps or sneezes, I'm getting my takbir. He said something, and I just jumped up. I was like, takbir! And nobody said anything. I'm thinking supposed to turn to the crowd. I was like, y'all, it's gonna be like that, huh? Yeah, and you know, it was a rough first year as a Muslim. I almost died during Ramadan. I tried to explain Ramadan to my grandmother. My grandmother at the time was in her late 70s, so it's not working out well. So I'm trying to tell her at the same time, I'm not going to eat sun up to sundown, and I gave her pork. My grandmother was losing it. She's like, baby, come on over here, I got your food. Come on, Grandma, I made your food, come on now. And I walked out, I was like, oh, Grandma, I can't eat that. What do you mean you can't eat that? I said, Grandma, that's pork. She goes, I know what it is, fool. I said, I'm a Muslim, I can't eat pork. She said, what kind of Muslim you are, you can't eat pork? I'm like, nah, Grandma, I can't eat. She goes, oh, you a Muslim like Muhammad Ali? I'm like, yeah. She goes, no, you too short to be a Muslim, man. your bow tie be a belt. And I'm trying to tell her, no, Grandma, I'm a Muslim. Not only can I not eat pork anymore, but it's Ramadan, which means from sun up to sundown, I can't eat anything. No food, no water. She said, what? I said, no food, no water. She said, baby, I don't think you're a Muslim. I think you're a vampire. First Ramadan came with no directions, because basically I fell into the whole trap of when you take your shahada. I was traveling, I was a comedian then. So basically I took my shahada, and for all you young folks that get these fancy slogans, you know, Islam is the religion of peace. Back when I took my shahada, it was the religion of peace, but it was also the religion of pamphlets. Remember where that? Huh? You want to learn about Islam? Everybody gave you a pamphlet. You want to be a Muslim? Here's a pamphlet. You want to make you want your Hajj? Here's a pamphlet. You want to fast? Here's a pamphlet. And brothers had these pamphlets, and they would just give them out to you. This one brother gave me some pamphlets. It wasn't in any kind of order. He gave me two pamphlets. One said marriage, the other one said janaza. I was like, geez. What you trying to tell me, man? And, now the crazy part is, I now have to tell my mom I'm Muslim, but I don't know how to do it. So I didn't tell my mom I was Muslim. What I did was I left clues. The problem is I left bad clues. Here are the clues I left my mom I was Muslim. Stop drinking, stop chasing the ladies, and I started hanging out with a lot of dudes. She didn't think I was Muslim. She thought I was confused. Sitting at a dinner table like this, I'm trying to tell my mom I'm Muslim. She thinks there's a whole nother conversation coming out. I'm like, Mama, I need to talk to you. She's like, you sure do. Mama's been waiting for this conversation. I said, I've been going through changes. She's like, I know you have. Not too many changes. Mama can't handle that. I said, no, Mama, I'm trying to get my life straight. She's like, straight is good, straight is... Mama life straight, yes. Mama life straight. I go, Mama, I stopped drinking. She goes, that's good. I said, the girls don't call the house anymore. She goes, I didn't like any of them. I said, I'm hanging out with these brothers, getting valuable information. She goes, oh, is that what they call it now? I'm arrogant, I'm out of pocket. I'm like, no, Mom. You know, and I go off, I'm like, Mom, you don't understand, this is what I want, this is what I love. I'm gonna be with this the rest of my life. She said, what are you talking about? I said, you can't change my mind. She said, what are you talking about? I go, Mama. She goes, what? I go, Mama. She goes, what? I go, Mama, I got Dean in my life. Who is Dean? Don't you bring Dean around here. I will kill you in Dean. I'll raise you better than that. And then the worst part, she tells my dad the wrong information. He runs into my room. My dad, man, I'll be pleased with him. He was a smooth communicator. But that day he ran in my room, he sounded like a car trying to start in the cold, boy. You talk about sugar, he was like, hey, but look at that, boy, your mama crying, and you know, don't look at me. Hey, look at, boy, you gay. I'm like, nah, Pops, I'm a Muslim. Pops, I'm a Muslim. Dean means faith. Dean means faith. He's like, hold on a minute. Mary, you got all wrong, woman. The boy seen a woman named Faith. Tell you know, this is the election year. You know, they're ramping up attacks on Muslims, but you guys should not be surprised. My advice is just to go off a little bit on it. You got to snap a little bit. You got to say what you feel. I'm sorry, I got to tell them this. You got to say what you feel. Because it seems like for people not to like Islam, a whole lot of people want to know about it. They want to know about it. Like as a part of my routine, Sheikh, you know, I take early flights. And as a bigger part of my routine, when I'm on a flight, you know, 4:35 in the morning, what I like to do to relax myself is I like to make dua for myself and the pilot. On this particular morning, I'm trying to make dua, but I can't because the lady beside me is talking all the way through my dua like we're in a documentary. I'm trying to pray. She's in the next seat. She's like, oh, wow. That looks interesting. What's he doing? What's he saying? Is he rapping? does he have his hands in the air? Is he robbing himself? And I hear this noise in the next seat. Now, I could have just told her what I was doing, but I decided to be pious and to jerk at the same time, so I made the dua longer. At some point, I run out of dua, I just had my hands in the air. She wanted to have a conversation with me I don't want to have, and she was like, excuse me, sir. I was like, can I help you? She said, yeah, Now, Muslims, whenever somebody starts a conversation, and the first part of it is, it's not going to end well. I said, can I help you? She said, yeah, wow, wow, wow. You were doing something? Now, people, I could have told this lady that I was praying, but no. I decided to be super Muslim and use my powers of limited Arabic to address this lady. So I didn't tell her I was praying. I looked at that woman and I said, I was making dua. I said, I was making dua. Every once in a while, when I'm feeling myself, sir, I put an extra syllable in and it's not there. I was making dua. Middle of the plane, this lady's like, oh my gosh, what's dua? As I was praying to my Lord, this lady goes off, oh my gosh, you pray, I pray. Oh, we could have prayed together. We could have had a prayer circle and we could have sang songs. And then she caught herself. She goes, oh, you are a Christian, aren't you? I was like, not anymore. She said, when did you stop? I was like, this morning. Then she's like, wow, wow, So what religion are you? Because you don't look Jewish. Yeah, you didn't look stupid before you said that, lady. So we don't say anything. In the plane, landing, she picks up the conversation. She's like, excuse me, wow, 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 Can I ask you what you were praying for? I was like, you! Just shut up. 3 hours is nonsense. Then I love our people, you know. I've watched this election, and, you know, they're trying to divide the country. They're trying to divide Muslims, particularly like black Muslims and immigrant Muslims. They're trying to, and I'm going to tell you, it's not a whole lot of difference between, it's not a whole lot of difference between black Muslims and immigrant Muslims. Here's the difference, though. If you ask a black Muslim how they're doing, they will tell you. Assalamu alaikum, how you doing? I lost my job. All right. We don't know if an immigrant Muslim is doing well. You know, we don't know if he's doing well until there's an investigation. Usually send a spy to the masjid, acting like he understands Pakistani Indian culture. He's like, Assalamu alaikum. I'm like, how you doing? He goes, wow. Do you know Rashad Bai? I know Rashad, I didn't know it was Bai. It's to the point we had a spy come to our masjid years ago, and you can't fool black Muslim women. You can't. He came to the masjid, they treat him like he was just a visitor. But the sisters told you when you came in the Juma, Assalamu alaikum, preacher mosque, you know we got a spy today. You be nice, we got a spy today. We don't get spies all the time. Got a spy today. And the funny part was, you know, Brother Rashid, it started out Brother Rashid was sitting by the spy. The spy sitting by Brother Rashid. Our communication so bad, by the end of the Juma, the spy was Brother Rashid. And they got these movies out. You know, we should protest some of the movies. There's a movie called Enemy at the Gate. Did you see this movie? It's a documentary. Shake, you gotta see these things. I took a personal affront to this movie because it just wasn't realistic, even though it was a documentary. The premise was there was a guy who did not like Muslims. He had alcohol, drug problems. He was a former military guy. He hated Muslims so bad. In the state of Indiana, his idea to remedy the situation, I'm not lying, was that he was going to go to the masjid, scope it out, and blow it up and kill Muslims. But he went to the masjid, he met Muslims, alhamdulillah, it changed his heart. My thoughts were, good thing he come to a black masjid. that movie would have been different. I know the Indiana situation. Can I help you, brother? Yeah, I don't like Muslims, and I want to blow them up. Alhamdulillah, come on. Black masjid is different. In fact, have them go to Nation Islam masjid. Assalamu alaikum, beloved. Can I help you? Yeah, I don't like a Muslim, and I want to blow them up. Really? Brother James, lock the door. I love our community because our community, we do different things. Like I told you guys, my first year fasting, I almost killed myself. There's always a brother giving you information. It's not the right information or it's incomplete. At this point in time, I'm not gonna lie, it was my first Ramadan. I didn't know about iftar. I just know when the sun then went down, you better go eat. Because the sun comes up, you missed it, right? I was breaking my fast with Snickers bars. And the brother comes up, what are you doing, brother? I'm like, I'm getting ready to break my fast. You can't do it with a Snickers bar. I was like, no. He goes, no, you go to the masjid for iftar, and I didn't know what iftar was. Go to the masjid for iftar, and they'll take care of you. And I went there, and I'm like, I didn't know anybody. I walked in, and I'm like, I'm here for iftar. And his brother just came and gave me a date and just walked away. First of all, I'm thinking there's no dating in Islam, right? Then I'm like, if this is it, I'm going to die. But I've learned in Islam, there's 5 pillars in Islam, but there's 2 they don't tell you about. So it's 5, there's another 2. The first one, number 6, is fundraising. And number 7 is marriage. And I want to give up to Imam Siraj Muhaj for fundraising. Make sure you keep giving, everybody. Just keep giving. He's a gentle. I love your fundraisers, man. When I see you, I get happy. I've been to some fundraisers. They start out a fundraiser, then they wound up a hostage situation. I seen them all. I was at one fundraiser. It was in Cleveland, Ohio, and we were in the hood. And you knew it wasn't going to be a whole lot of money raised there. But it's like, lift the people's spirits. And we told her, hey, listen, man, I know you're trying to raise money, but these people that are hardworking, just make them feel good. Don't make them feel good about not having money. Make them feel good. The fundraiser didn't even listen. He walked up and was like, to begin the fundraising, I'd like to see someone give me $50,000. Somebody yelled out from the back, me too. And Sheikh, I was at one fundraiser about 6 months ago. I meant to call you and tell you. They were the fundraiser. This fundraiser would not give up. I mean, he had been up there, felt like, I thought we were going to have to take a break for Kian. You know what I mean? He wouldn't let it go. He was like, there's $10,000 in this room tonight. I can feel it. There's $10,000 in this room. I can feel it. I feel $10,000. Who will give me $10,000? Nobody said anything. There's $10,000 in this room. I feel it. Give it to me. Who's going to give me $10,000? Nobody said anything. This went on about 15 minutes. He's like, who's going to give me $15,000? This old black man stood up and goes, me, I'm going to give you $15,000. His wife stood up and was like, where did you get $15,000? You owe me 20. Man. Okay. Sister, we can see you. We can see you, sister. We can know you're invisible. We can. Okay, there you go. Okay, $20,000, what'd I tell you? Now you're up to 60, there you go, shit. Volunteers, don't let that man leave, lock the doors. Take his keys. So I'm supposed to have a very positive message. First of all, I would implore all of you Muslims to please be creative. There's a plague in our community. We have a creativity deficit. We are not creative. Case in point, I'm at the hotel, and I spent time watching a little TV, and I realized in America we have an infatuation with court TV shows. Like, we watch court TV shows. Judge Joe Brown, Judge Mathis, animal court, people's court, divorce court. It's too many courts. My fear is that they're going to give Muslims a court TV show. And you know what they're going to call it? Sharia court. I am 100% against Sharia court unless they let me be the judge. Because if I'm the judge in Sharia court, that show is going to last one episode. You know why? Because whoever comes in my courtroom, I don't care what you did, you get 25 years in prison. You believe me? You don't believe me? Court's in session with Judge Preacher Ross. First case, Your Honor, I got caught drinking, 25 years. Next case, Your Honor, I misfired you, 25 years. Next case, Your Honor, you don't remember me? Who are you? I'm the man that introduced you to your wife. Death! Some of you brothers wanted to laugh, but your wife was right there. You're like, oh. I'm just saying, fellas, you gotta have a sense of humor in your marriage, you know? There's a rumor that Muslim women are oppressed. It's not true. I married a Muslim woman. I'm oppressed. You are looking at a happy hostage. But I'm gonna tell something, brothers, your wives may not want to tell you unless they're upset. Everybody that's here is married. Brothers, I want you to know, when that woman told her family she wanted to marry you, I want you to know she had to go all out. Like, she didn't have to go out 100%, she had to go out 150% to sell you to her family. I'm not saying she lied, I'm saying she built you up. I'm not saying she lied, I'm saying she exaggerated. Little things to build you up, like if you could plug something to a wall, to that woman, doggone it, you an engineer. If you could drink water, take a glass of water and a pill and not choke, to that woman, you a doctor. My wife got so busy building me up, she forgot to tell her family I was black. It gets funny because my wife is Indian. Look at people. Astaghfirullah. We hope he's lying. That wasn't funny at all. Yeah, man, I showed up to meet my wife's family. They opened the door, they stared at me like I was the second coming of the Mississippi Masala. They're like, I've been married 23 years, he's still making dua in Bangladeshi. We almost didn't get married because the mother-in-law and I, we got into a big fight, huge fight. Not over what you're thinking of. Wasn't race, my career, none of that. We get into a fight over spices. Spices. Because I have a fundamental difference between her and spices. To me, my hot is hot. To her, her hot is hell. And she put it all over the food, man. She made this potato dish, like mashed potatoes, and the top of it was just red. Red, like somebody stabbed it, red. And she's like, you know, her English wasn't good. She's like, Shamsuddin, you eat. I said, hell no. That's Shaitan's Jello. Wife is panicking, oh my gosh, eat it. You're not being a team player. You eat it. I'm like, hey girl, hey. I don't love you that much. The minute I said that, my mama calls from DC to find out how things are going. Ring. Wife gets the phone, starts snitching immediately. How are things going, girl? She doesn't even speak. She starts crying. Girl, are you crying? Mm-hmm. What's wrong? It's him. Like I don't have a name. What did him do? My mom spent all day making this potato thing for him, and he won't eat it. He said it's too hot. And my mom's like, put him on the phone. I get on the phone, hey mom, what's going on? She said, boy, what is going on with you and those people? I don't know, everything's good, mom. She said, preacher, mom, don't you lie to me. I'm like, all right, mom, here's the deal, I ain't gonna lie. I think it's going to work out. The mom's a nice lady, but here's the deal. She made some food, and I think she put gasoline in it. My mom goes off. Let me tell you something, young man. I don't care what she put in that food. If she made that and she stood over a hot stove for you to eat, you're going to eat that food. You're not going to disrespect her effort. You're going to eat that food. Don't make me come there and smack her in public. You're going to eat that food. You hear me? Click! And I'm like, ah, man, mom's right. I'm tripping. You know, I'm preaching Mars. Bam! You know, I'm OG. I'm going to take this. It's just a potato. What can it do? Kill me. I took the potato. I threw it in my mouth. I chewed twice. And I couldn't hear. Conversations were being had about me, but I couldn't hear. They were like, and then I closed my eyes and I saw Jesus. He was like, come on back to Christianity. Jesus loves you. We got cool food. Come on back. And then I'm all messed up because for the first time in my life, I have to use an Indian Pakistani bathroom on purpose. I was in there 45 minutes. You know why? Because I know what a lota was. You gotta label those things. Just a bottle of water that's sitting in the corner. I'm like, yo, this is a weird place. I want to take a drink of water, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't drink it, you know. When I walked out, and fellas, if you're ever in this situation, listen to your boy, Preacher Moss. Nobody in my wife's family liked me. Nobody. But I didn't panic. I'm old school. Everybody in the family doesn't have to like you. Only one person really needs to like you. Who is that, my man? Grandma. And my wife's grandmother loved me. You know why? We got along well. You know why? Because she didn't speak English. I didn't speak Urdu. Let the games begin. We're having a whole conversation, no subtitles. Like, Grandma, you married, you're gonna see a lot of me. She said, chee, 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 chee. We can watch a ball game. She was like, acha, acha. I knew she couldn't speak English. I was being a jerk. I like Jay-Z's last 2 albums. How about you? She was like, acha, acha. Somewhere in the conversation, she thought she could speak English. And I was like, yeah, Grandma. She's like, come here. I was like, oh, Grandma, what do you want to tell me? Man, what did you like to tell me? I leaned in. This one got crazy. I leaned in, and she blew a breath in my face. I was like, ma'am. She's like, and I was confused. I was like, what do I do here? Do I blow back? Because I had that potato. I'll kill this old lady. Well, listen, man, I don't want to dominate this thing. I'm going to say so. Please continue to donate to this very, very important project. When the sister called me, I'll be honest, I'm going to be truthful with you. If it wasn't this topic, I'd be watching football. That'd be my thing. I don't like to work on Sundays, but she told me, and I was like, you know what? I've been there. I know what you're talking about. I'll come. And I came. And so I'm going to ask y'all to do your thing. Continue to support. So before I get out of here, I just want to say y'all been a great audience, number one. Number two, sit down. I'm not finished. So don't listen. I said, before I get out of here, thank you, boss. So I want to just say thank you guys for coming and supporting this. It's number one. Number two, Imam Warfi Muhammad told me something that was deficient in my act years ago when he saw it. And I was like, yes, sir, because, you know, it was him. He said, you know, when you have crowds that come out and you laugh with them, you fellowship with them, you got to tell them this, just so they have something to go out the door. And that is, I love all of you brothers and sisters. All right. Now back to the jokes. Okay, here you go. This is the one thing I'm going to give you guys because this is the age of misinformation. You're seeing be careful where you get your information from. I know about misinformation as a young Muslim because I used to get it, and sometimes I would seek out information and it was not the right information. For example, I spent 3 weeks with a brother. I thought he was a sheikh. Turned out he wasn't a sheikh. Turned out he had taken his shahada 2 months before me. And this is how he got me, sheikh. He had a beautiful black beard. It was black and shiny, like you put a microphone beside it, you might hear music. But Allah has a sense of humor too. And I realized this brother may not be a sheikh for 2 reasons. His name was Abdullah Black. He named himself. I'm hanging out with Abdullah. We're in downtown Washington, D.C., and the Adhan went off. I said, Abdullah, that's the Adhan. He goes, is that what that is? I said, you want to pray? He said, man, why not? I hadn't seen Abdullah pray in 3 weeks. And we're walking to this masjid, and the brothers fell in love with that beard, and they lost it. We were walking to the masjid, they're like, oh, no, not you, for Imam, please, lead the prayer. Sheikh, lead the prayer. Shut up, Muhammad, get out of the way. Imam, please, lead the prayer. And I'm like, dude, you had a sheikh. He's like, shut up, preacher. These people love me. Stop hating. He got up there in front of these people. All I want to say was, I was part of the longest osprey in the history of his life. He just sitting up here like this. After 35 minutes, he didn't even slam out. He turned around and he's like, y'all good? And the second reason I realized he might not be a sheikh, we're having lunch, and he goes, preach, can I talk to you? I'm like, for sure, dude, what's up? He said, man, I feel like when we hang out, I can be myself around you. I said, I always feel like you be yourself around me. He said, really, word? I said, yeah. The moment I said that, he pulled out a bag of marijuana. I'm like, hey, dude, I know I'm new, but we can't do that. He said, yes, we can preach. I know I'm new, we can't smoke. He said, yes, we can. And a big argument, yes, we can. I'm like, no, we can't. He said, preach, we can smoke. I was like, no, we can't. No, we cannot do it. He said, yes, we can. No, we can't. No. Finally, I was like, Abdullah, what makes you think that we can smoke marijuana? He goes, preach. This weed right here, this marijuana right here, is halal. I said, Abdullah, how is that halal? He goes, I bought it from another Muslim. Y'all been great. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Appreciate you. Much love. Keep supporting us. Keep supporting us.
Put your hands again together for Brother Prince, mashallah. But I'm not going to let him go till I ask him a question that my daughter asked me 2 weeks ago. It took me 7.5 minutes to answer that question. Brother Prince, we have 4 people in the car. Oh, sorry, no. We have 2 fathers, 2 sons.
2 fathers, 2 sons.
In the car, and there is only 3 people in the car.
2 fathers, 2 sons.
And there's only 3 people in the car. That's a minute. That's 2 minutes. That's 3 minutes. That's 4 minutes. That's 5 minutes. That's 6 minutes.
Are you waiting for me to answer?
Yes.
Your
That's
minutes,
7 minutes.
first of all, your minutes are really quick, bro.
Okay, brother, quick answer.
So it's 3 brothers.
There is 2
2
fathers, 2 sons in the car.
Okay, just so for the sake of brevity,
Yes.
give me the answer.
Raise your hand if you know the answer.
Okay.
Sorry.
How are all the women on the answer? Just notice, I'm women. Sister, what's the answer?
So I'll make it quick.
Oh, he's gonna tell us.
He's a son, a father, and a grandfather.
Okay.
Okay, last question. Repeat after me. 1.
No, that's how I took my shower.
Seriously. Repeat after me, brother. 1.
1,
2.
2,
What comes after 3?
4,
No, that's the wrong answer. Repeat after me one more time. 1.
1,
2.
2.
What comes after 2?
More fundraising. That's right, get up there.
Free health clinic where the hope is free. Healing hearts and minds. for you and me, you and me. Doctors got that smile, nurses full of cheer, curing all our worries, bringing all us near.